Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Guys, today, since I've been doing some like fate stuff, I did a lot of them in the past, opening and some games as well. But Sony Japan, you guys have been striking me, so well done to you. But guys, I believe this is a video not from them. This is trying to understand the Fate series and badly explaining the Fate series in 30 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. It's from Gigguk. I think I know the guy. I probably have seen some videos of him in the past. Him and the Anime Man and Aikideres, they have something. I don't follow them that way, but sometimes they might have one or two interesting thing. Go watch their podcast with the ex-adult star Kahu Shibuya, one of the videos or something like that. But let's get on to this and see what the video is about, what he's gonna say. Yeah, let's go. Oh.
Hi, can I help you? Hi,
Okay.
yeah, I was interested in the Fate franchise and I heard I could come here for more information. Oh, well, come on in, make yourself at home. Look, we're always looking for new fans to join our cause, so we're here to make things as easy as possible. You can ask me any question.
Fate
Okay,
fandom.
so where do I start? Except that question.
Huh?
Is there
Guys,
not
it's early.
a
Need something to
beginning?
drink.
Do you want the long version or the short version? The short version.
Jesus.
So in the beginning there was Fate Stay Night, which is a visual novel with 3 different routes. Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel, which needs to be played out in that exact order. Now the Fate route has been adapted once by Studio Dean in 2006 as an anime series. Unlimited Blade Works has been adapted twice, once by Studio Dean as a movie, and once by Ufotable as a full series, who are also adapting Heaven's Feel, but only as a trilogy of movies, only of which one is out at the moment. I thought you were going to give me the short version. This is the short version. So technically speaking, anime-wise, the 2016 adaptation is the beginning and serves as a good introduction to the world. Okay, so why can't I just start with that? Because it's shit. Oh, yeah, in terms of mainline adaptations, only the ones by Ufotable are worth watching, but you can't start with Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works because that spoils Fate Zero. What's Fate Zero? Oh, well, it's just a prequel that takes place before Fate Stay Night and serves as a good introduction to the world of Fate. Alright, so I'll just start with Fate Zero. Well, no, because Fate Zero spoils Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel. Wait, so in
How?
other words, Fate Stay Night spoils Fate Zero, and Fate Zero spoils Fate Stay Night. Yep, that makes no sense. That's why you should just read the visual novel. Alright, how long does that take? Around 100 hours.
What? Hey guys, I'm so confused. I'm literally so confused. What? Fate Stay Night spoil Fate Zero spoils Fate Stay Night. Why not just start with the shit adaptation that you guys are saying that's the shit adaptation though? Watch that one and then watch the Unlimited Blade Works one, then maybe watch Fate Zero and then watch Heaven's Feel. I don't know. Or maybe watch Heaven's Feel then watch Fate Zero to just get a full background. Something like that. Maybe like Night, Unlimited Blade Works, Zero, Heaven Feel. Yeah. You probably miss and everything is just mismatched. I don't know. Let's just keep going.
That's a pretty big commitment. Just read the visual novel. But I don't have 100 hours. Read the visual novel. Can't I just like... Read the fucking visual novel!
And this is... Guys, stop it. This is really how some people are in the comment. Months back, when I started like doing like Kamen Rider and other anime reaction, I don't know if it's a Japanese guy or not, there was this one Japanese guy who would come and say, why don't you just watch the whole show? Why don't you watch the whole show? Why are you doing this clip? I'm like, mate, these guys are sending me reaction requests and you are coming in the comment section of almost every videos that you know you have watched and telling me, watch the whole thing. Watch the whole thing. What is the point of watching the whole thing and even coming and doing a blind reaction to it? It's pointless. Because you're fucking lying. I'm swearing, sorry guys. I mean, that used to really piss me off. Like, it used to piss me off. I wouldn't talk about it in most of my videos, but I'll address it once in a while. But literally this is how some people in the fandom are, but let's keep going.
Or not. I can never agree with myself anyway. Okay, well, that's everything, right? No. There's more. Do you want the long version or the short version? The short? Well, you see, you have Fate Holo-Atraxia, which is a continuation of Fate Stay Night, but only exists in visual novel form at the moment with no anime adaptation. Now, you also have Fate Prototype, which is a reimagining of the whole Fate Stay Night events, but only in a one-episode OVA form.
Okay, but then why are they different people? Okay, say reimagining.
So that's now Fate Apocrypha takes place in a completely alternate universe, and this includes one anime adaptation and one light novel. And of course, there's the Fate Extraverse, which is another alternate universe, and this includes 3 games: Fate Extra Triple C, and Fate Extella. And of course, they also has one anime adaptation in Fate Extra Last Encore.
Okay, I believe this one's on Netflix.
So I'm guessing the only connection with all of these is that blonde chick with the sword. You mean Saber? Yes? Oh no, they're totally different characters.
Yeah.
And you see, the original Saber is meant to be King Arthur, who in Fate lore is actually a woman. Now, these other Sabers aren't actually King Arthur. They're completely different characters who also happen to be women and also happen to be in the Saber class. Okay, so you're saying that this isn't the original Saber? Nope. And this? That's right. And everyone here? They're different characters and look similar. And these 2 Sabers are also different from each other. No. You see, one's Red Saber and the other one is Saber of Red.
Huh?
No. It's pretty simple, and they aren't related to the original Saber at all. Only Saber of Red. You mean the Saber that's red or the one that looks like Saber? Yes. She's actually the original Saber's son, and Saber, King Arthur, is her dad. Wait a minute, you literally just
that's
said
Mordred.
they were all girls. You said it, but how does... Oh, it's basically the same as standard Arthurian legend, except this time King Arthur is given a dick by Merlin, who can then be forced upon by her wife so she can make a baby, and then out pops Mordred as your standard homunculus rape baby. There's no way that's canon. Oh, it's canon. If you want to learn more about the lore and the servants, then the mobile game Fate Go is a good starting point. Do I dare ask if I should get into Fate Go? Depends. Do you have piles of money you wish to burn and countless hours to spiral downwards, grinding away in a never-ending cycle to satisfy your love for your Fate waifus that you'll never ever get back? No. You don't want to get into...
What? I'm so confused. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what? She's female, and then they gave her a gherkin, then to force the wife in this universe to have a child. Usually Mordred is born out of like some misdeed or deed. It differs from different story. One is with a witch, one is with his sister. I mean, it's just weird. Let's keep going.
Fate Go. And then, of course, there's Fate Callia Prisma Ilia, which is a magical girl spin-off of the original Fate Stay Night. I don't think I need to watch that. It has lesbian lollies kissing. I think I'll need to watch that. Oh, and before I forget, there's also the cooking spin-off by Studio Ufotable, where basically the cast of Fate Stay Night cook food and stuff, and all of this is all part of the greater Nasu-verse, which to explain... Alright, stop! Okay? Stop. This is too...
Someone explained to me way back in the comment, I think they even left me a link, just that because those videos have been struck down, I cannot see the comments that were left. But someone told me that, you know, the Nasu verse, all this fate stuff and other things, and I reacted to, was it the Lady of the Moon or something like that? There's a video I reacted to some months back, and the person said, oh, it's there's a whole part of it like the Nasu verse or whatever. So I kind of grasp a little bit of what he's saying.
Too much. This is a complete clusterfuck. How did this get so out of control? I literally have no idea.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Damn. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Maybe should I even stop the video here? It's so goddamn weird. I'm so lost. Now, you know what? I'll keep going. I took my bottle of water today, so badly explaining the entire Fate series, whatever. Let's get to it.
Video is sponsored by Honkai Impact 3rd. Gamers, gacha gamers. You know me, I love my 2D girls, and Honkai Impact 3rd has the cream of the crop. A free-to-play 3D action role-playing mobile game developed and published by miHoYo, the same makers of Genshin Impact, which, speaking of which, they're having a collaboration event right now. Fischl will be joining as a new Valkyrie with her companion Ozzy, along with Keqing, where you can free more powerful forces for Keqing to fight against the enemy, which includes the more powerful the Wolf of the North in this world. And, most amazingly, both of these characters are completely
The game looks nice.
free. Sorry, what does this word mean? I've never heard this word before as a gacha gamer. New players who join the game now can win over 100 free supply cards by completing missions, and can even enter a sweepstake to win a big mystery prize. And also from July 12th to August 12th, Honkai Impact 3rd will be collaborating with bubble tea brand Kung Fu Tea in the US and Canada. So you can join the event for a chance to win limited merch and an iPhone 12. So, what are you waiting for? Download Honkai Impact 3rd today and join the event to win some great prizes. Links and info in the description below. And with that said, let's get on with the video. The Fate series is one of the most expansive franchises in all of anime. In between all the games, anime, manga, light novel, visual novels, spin-offs, it's probably one of the most daunting franchises for any newbie to try to get into. A little while ago, I made a joke skit called Trying to Understand the Fate franchise, based around how confusing the entire thing looked for an outsider looking in. And satire aside, it was based on many real-life conversations I've actually had with Fate fans trying to explain the franchise to newcomers. And every time that happens, I always hear, do you want the long version or do you want the short version? Because everyone asks for the short version, but even the short version for an outsider can seem like
the short version was 5 minutes.
Thought you were going to give me the short version.
This is the short version. But ever since I made that video,
is Saber
no
of
one
Red
ever
and
asked for it,
Red
so I've always
Saber?
wondered to myself, what is the long version?
I'm still confused on that one.
The Fate franchise fascinates me. Originally created by Kyuuroku-san, what started as just a single eroge visual novel has turned into a multi-billion-dollar franchise with more media than any sane person can wrap their head around. I mean, just look at all this
Strange
shit.
Fate.
You see how many there is? There's at least 5.
Guys, look at what I'm seeing. Fate, Strange Fate. Strange Fake. I think some of these ones I know the name because I reacted to like the openings and the games. Magnian Quarantine Demonic Realm Shinjuku. Whatever it is, probably a game, I don't know. Damn. It's a Strange Fake that took my attention. I'm like, what is fake there? Anyway, let's keep going.
So it can be easy to forget how and why people became fans in the first place, that many newcomers may even forget to ask, what is Fate even about? Don't worry, I got you. The basic premise revolves around a bunch of mages who can summon heroic spirits from Earth's real history or legends to do battle over the Holy Grail, a mythical wish-granting device in what is called the Holy Grail War. Basically, it's a bunch of mages spending all their V-Bucks to organize the ultimate Fortnite, Apex Legend, fucking Minecraft, Hunger Games, Battle Royale between all your favorite people from history and legend to create the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. God, I hope my audience isn't too young to understand that reference. And the Holy Grail War is just basically Nasu going, "Wow!"
Man is playing with his
Let's just cut the video
figurines.
there. That's all you need to know about Fate. However, the background and lore of the entire Fate universe is unimaginably deeper than that. So much so that every single spin-off, anime, manga, novel, every single piece of Fate's media takes place in a coherent universe fitting somewhere on a grand timeline, which is also shared with Nasu's other works, creating this grand universe known
that's the thing I was
only
talking
as
about.
the Nasuverse. So you know what I thought would be a good idea? What if I tried explaining the entire Fate timeline? Keyword being thought, implying it was me in the past tense. It was a shit idea. Explaining all the Fate lore and timeline in detail would take hours and hours. I mean, just look at some of these wiki pages. This isn't a wiki page, it's a fucking light novel. Saber lore. That time some slag at a pond threw a sword at me and I accidentally became the fucking King of England. So this is more like the long, short version. Or is it the short, long version? Or is it the medium version? It's an excuse to justify all the countless hours I've put into this hellhole. Obviously, there is going to be spoilers, but I'm going to try and keep it focused on the lore and universe and where every series fits in the timeline, rather than what actually happens in any individual series. So, hopefully it won't spoil your experience too much if you decide to walk into hell with us. So, with that said,
okay, let's go.
Let's start explaining all of Fate. Not too late now, Garn. All we have to do is just turn the camera off and delete the file and no one will ever have to know. You see that, Gigguk? That was Gigguk 3 months ago. I've been putting off filming this for 3 fucking months. Just kill me now. Oh, 3 fucking months. This is my
I mean, I understand. It's a lot of work.
Hello and welcome to my TED Talk. To be introducing the Fate timeline, I'm going to be cosplaying the most powerful servant in the history of the Fate timeline. Steve Handjobs. But before we get to the Fate timeline, there are a few core concepts we need to bang out first so everything makes sense. Firstly, is Akasha. See, Fate exists in this grand world of magic and mages where you can summon heroic beings from the past, present, and future. And all of this derives from Akasha. What is Akasha? See, Akasha is this metaphysical place that exists outside of time and dimensions that is the source of all events and all the...
I know some of you guys have explained certain things to me. So since he says that you could summon servants from the past, present, and future, is that why the main character of Fate looks like Archer? Is it Archer or Lancer? No, I think Archer. Except I'm wrong. Like the Fate Stay Night one, they look similar. So is that was him in the future, right? Yeah, okay. I might be wrong. Let's keep going.
All the souls in all timelines, and I like using big words to make me sound smart. Basically, everything that's ever happened and everyone you know, you can thank Akasha for it. 2020 as a whole? Thanks, Akasha. The Chad himself, Chug Jug's Fortnite remix? Thanks, Akasha. The one time in class you thought you had a silent fart, but you ripped out a fat one and everyone heard it and stared at you and your brain still reminds you about it every time you go about to sleep? Fuck you, Akasha. So instead of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff, this is more like wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, goopy galaxy, diddly dimension, rickety reality stuff. Where every timeline and every reality exists at the same time, meaning there are no spin-offs, every fate is canon, life is aligned, yes, that smutty dojin of Minamoto going ada on the order is canon in some timeline. You can't prove me otherwise. Are you with me? Good. This is important because the end goal of every mage in the Fate universe is to find a way to reach the root of Akasha. But Gigguk, why do all mages want to find the root of Akasha? Well, I'm glad you asked, probably confused viewer. I really hope you're not confused right now, this is just the beginning. Well, this would be a good time to talk about the magic system that exists in the Nasu-verse, because as we all know, in this universe, mages exist and use magecraft, aka magic. Right? Wrong. Incorrect. Erroneous.
Is he alchemy?
Mistaken. I can't think of any more words off the top of my head. What are you, an idiot? Why would anyone assume that magic and magecraft are the same thing? Look at this guy. Typical man that can't tell the difference between magic and magecraft. No. You got magecraft, the weak sauce imitation butter. Ooh, I can't believe it's not magic. And then you got the Chad true magic. This is the top tier gourmet shit. This is the shit real mages want to use. The kind of shit Gordon Ramsay has to taste off and goes, finally.
Some good fucking
magic. But this premium shit can only be achieved by mages who view Akasha. And once someone gets that magic, that path to Akasha is cut off, and then the magic can only be used by the direct descendants of that
my boy is
mage.
playing Game of
Basically, no one
Thrones
has
thing.
real magic and then trying to get to the root of Akasha so they can stop using the peasant dollar store magecraft shit. Oh man, what if the third magic was just the power to create fate porn? But what's stopping all mages from getting to this mythical place called Akasha? Well, you have this thing.
He's not wearing shoes.
This is kind of like a safety mechanism that stops the world from going extinct because the Earth is actually alive and has a will, and don't worry about that right now. And the counterforce itself is made up of 2 parts. The collective unconscious will of humanity itself to survive, Alaya, and the will of the planet itself, Gaia, online. Why is this important? Because the counterforce has powerful defense mechanisms, like being able to summon heroic spirits from Earth's history in order to defend itself, which we call servants. Sound familiar?
I understood that reference.
So it'll intervene anyone trying to get to Akasha, aka the Goopy Galaxy timey-wimey place, and mages have to find a way around it. Are you with me? Are you with me?
No, I'm lost.
If you're already
I'm
confused,
lost.
may I introduce to you the phrase everyone in the Fate fandom holds in the highest esteem as the holiest words in our gospel. Don't worry about it. Why is the cast of Fate Stay Night sharing a nice wholesome meal instead of trying to brutally murder each other? Don't worry about it. How do reality bubbles work? Don't worry about it. What is the moon? Don't worry about it. No, please don't worry about it. Please don't ask me what the moon is. I'm not gonna fucking talk about the moon! To recap, you have Akasha, the timey-wimey, goofy galaxy, rickety reality place that every mage is trying to get to so they can use the top-tier gourmet true magic. But the only thing stopping them is the counterforce, which they have to try and find a way around. Did you get all that? This is all the background information you need to know before we start the timeline. Jesus Christ, we haven't even started the timeline yet. You know, originally I wanted to visualize the timeline physically by having things stuck against the wall strung together with a string or something like that, like you see in that Always Sunny meme. But then I soon realized I don't have a wall big enough. So that's why I'm using the green screen. Definitely not because I want to rip off Nakey Jakey. Now, starting right at the beginning, before any mages, before any servants, before any Holy Grail wars, you have the Age of God. So yeah, apparently right at the beginning of Fate lore, there was this period of time where gods roamed the earth with man, mythical creatures existed, and I shit you not, physics apparently...
Bro, he's playing God of War.
Yeah, apparently this thing
The
called
sound.
history governed the law of the world, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Don't worry about it. Like, I just imagine in my head some ancient humans trying to let go of an apple and physics tries to drop it and mystery's like, no. We do not do that here. And then the apple just flies off to fucking Narnia. But everything changed when the Sefer Nation attacked. Or just Sefer. This next time period is called Deterioration. This titan called Sefer invaded and destroyed most of the world and was only beaten back by this mighty sword called Excalibur. After the attack, the gods weaken a bit, mystery starts to wane, and physics is like, yo, is anyone gonna drop that apple? Which takes us to separation. So the gods are a little pissed that they can't go down to Earth anymore because they're so weak, so they make Gilgamesh, who's 2/3 god. Because gods don't give a shit about maths, apparently, with the intention of making him the keystone to connect the gods and the humans. Now, for anyone not familiar with the Fate verse, how can I explain Gilgamesh? You know that one meme, is this some peasant joke I'm too poor to understand? Well, imagine if that meme was reincarnated as a person. That's Gilgamesh. So yeah, he decides to rebel and the gods were like, no. This guy doesn't want to take orders from us? No, come on, you're joshing us right now. This is a prank. Come on, where are the hidden cameras? I'm on MTV Punk'd, aren't I? And so with that, the gods cannot interfere with humans anymore. And thus begins the Age of Man. From the year 0 AD, the human population explodes, magic and magecraft...
I'm a bit confused already. So does that mean that Gilgamesh is one of those like servants that was born like way long ago, like extremely long ago, before all the other new ones that you see, you know, that they keep including, Jack the Ripper, all those guys and stuff. Okay. I think I'm still holding on, except my brain is fried.
Is replaced with science, and most importantly, physics exists now, guys! Yeah! I was meant to buy a party popper, but I completely forgot to. Alan, can you edit a party popper in this video, please? Thank you. That's right, screw your mystery. I have E equals MC squared. Okay, remember right at the beginning of this video when I said the Fate franchise was about this thing called the Holy Grail? Well, we can finally start talking about the Holy Grail. See, the Grail is touted as this omnipotent, magical, wish-granting device, and that's only partially true. See, around the 1800s, these epic magic gamer girls, called the Einsburns family, figured out a way to the root of Akasha. That place that gives you true epic gamer magic. By using the Holy Grail to summon 7 heroic spirits and then sacrifice them, and using that mana to summon an even greater Grail called the Greater Grail, which has access to the Root of Akasha. But of course, all the various magic gamer girls and boys couldn't agree on who would actually get access to this magic, so they decided to have a meeting to decide. One could even say that it was a magic. The Gathering. Or in Fate, we just call this the Holy Grail War, which finally leads us to the timelines to all the wars so far. Oh, I can't believe I flunked world history and I'm about to recite the entire history of some fictional war that happened. Okay, so you got like the first Holy Grail War, which happened around the 1800s. This is when the three main mage families, the Einsburns, the Toesuckers, and the Matos, couldn't agree on who could get access to the Grail. So they were like, guys, we've got a bunch of servants lying about. Tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tour! This was hardly what you'd call an actual war though, and more like a 3 AM brawl at the local mage pub, which ended because everyone got bored and time ran out. Then came the second Holy Grail War in the 1860s, with the same parties involved, but this time everyone went a bit fucking mental because everyone died, nobody won, and future generations were like, wait a minute, do we need rules? What the fuck is a Geneva Convention? Then came the third Holy Grail War in the 1930s, where the church gets involved because they're just like, are you using the term Holy Grail? God, are we allowed to copy strike that? And everyone's happy with that because they can enforce the rules. So the church is like, alright gamers, I want a fair fight, no going for the eyes, no kicking below the belt, and for God's sakes, no summoning any illegal servants. So then the Einsburn summon an illegal servant. And so they get this totally new servant called Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango, who's meant to be this super badass, ultra OP new servant that auto wins them the war, except lol JK is actually super weak and dies, and is literally so angry he gives the Grail food poisoning. Then we got the fourth Holy Grail War, which is basically just the events of Fate Zero.
What? Wait, let me go back. What? Okay. They are not supposed to summon an illegal person, and then they summon an illegal person, and then they lose the war. The second war, everyone died. No, everyone died. What? Who won the first one?
So then the Einsburn summon an illegal servant. And so they get this totally new servant called Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango, who's meant to be this super badass, ultra OP new servant that auto wins them the war, except lol JK is actually super weak and dies, and is literally so angry he gives the Grail food poisoning. Then we got the fourth Holy Grail War, which is basically just the events of Fate Zero. I'm not going to spoil what happens in it. And finally, we have the Grand Sugar Daddy that birthed everything we're talking about. The fifth Holy Grail War, aka the events of Fate Stay Night. Following Shiro fighting in it using the power of friendship and mana transfer. And this CG dragon still haunts my nightmares. What's important here is that this war has at least 3 different timelines, because the original Fate Stay Night was a visual novel with 3 different routes. You got the Fate route, Unlimited Blade Words, and Heaven's Feel. Or, to put it more simply, you got the Saber route, the Best Girl route, and the Sakura route, with extra mana transfer. But it doesn't stop there, because next we got Fate Hollow Ataraxia, which is kind of like a sequel to Fate Stay Night because it takes place 6 months after the events that happened in there. So you may be wondering which one of the 3 routes it follows, and the answer is
all of
yes. So one of the main girls from Fate Stay Night, Rin, is doing some magic experiments, and she does a little bit of an oopsie, and completely fucks up the space-time continuum, merging all parallel universes together. And I know what you're thinking, this doesn't sound like a little oopsie, this sounds a bit more like a big oopsie. But it's all good because she looks great in thigh highs. So we're following this mage Bazette who was dead off screen in the original Fate Stay Night, and she is now alive along with Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango. And they're stuck in a Groundhog Day type time loop, living the same 4 days over and over, and she has to find a way to escape without fading from existence because she was originally dead, and I guess people die if they don't exist. Since most of this takes place in a time loop, this is basically just Fate Re-Zero Edition, so you can essentially just call it Fate Zero.
Oh,
and you know what?
That's
already
basically
everything for the flagship Fate series. We did it, guys! Woo! That was pretty simple, right, guys?
Nah, I'm still confused.
Fuck. Of course, we are going to have to fill this timeline in with all the other Fate media out there. So, let's do the time warp again. Oh my god. Alan, fucking cut that. Alright, so let's start with Fate Apocrypha. So the Fate Apocrypha timeline is exactly identical to the original timeline, except when we get to the third Holy Grail War, where the timeline was like, you know what? Nazis. Because of course it's the fucking Nazis. So the Nazis join the Third Holy Grail War, and instead of there being a winner, the Nazis steal the Greater Grail system. And so after that, a Transylvanian Nazi mage guy steals it from the Nazis again, and then I guess the Nazis go on to lose World War II as usual. Fast forward to the future, and somehow the entire world finds out about the Greater Grail system, and everyone and their dog tries to make a cheap imitation of it. And so because of this, the Transylvanian Nazi sorcerer guy vows to make the Holy Grail War great again. And so he makes the Great Holy Grail War. I shit you not, this is what it's called. And so now instead of 7 servants, you have 14 servants separated into 2 teams, red and black. That's right, it's a team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Stab it!
And so we get a season of red versus black, Mordred is hot, and a stealth will make straight guys question their sexuality, and gay guys question their sexuality, and gay girls question their sexuality. And me question my life choices for spending $400 for a dick. That concludes the events of Hitler's Day Night. Next on the menu, we have today's menu for Emiya family. Did you see what I did there? This is, I think, just another alternate ending to the 5th Holy Grail War, where I guess nobody dies and they all just sit around cooking and playing volleyball and being happy, and this is canon, okay? They never explain where this takes place on the timeline, but I don't care. They're all happy, Akasha made it, it's canon. Like in my mind, this is the reality when someone just tried playing the Fate visual novel but got bored 5 minutes after reading words and then just left and never came back. And then all these characters are just sitting around having a gay old time waiting for the Holy Grail War to start. This is what happened. This is the reality where Sea-Dog VA tried to play Fate. Alright, so I'm just going to make a Fate Stay Night bubble, and then I'm going to put Fate Tiger Coliseum and Fake Unlimited codes in this bubble, because they're just fighting games and they're already beating the shit out of each other in the series anyway, so I guess these are just the filler episodes we never got to see. Then we got Fate School Life, which is kind of like a slice of life spin-off in the Fate Stay Night universe that also has Ataraxia characters in it. So I guess it goes here. Can you tell how I'm sure I am right now? Lord Elmaloy's Case Files. This is basically just CSI magic that takes place after Fate Zero but before Fate Stay Night, starring Fate Zero's Waver. Except Waver's gone from Daddy Step on Me to Step on Me, Daddy. Alright, now we're into the manly shit. Fate DJ Khaled, line of Prisma Ilya, is a spin-off where Ilya becomes a magical girl. And instead of summoning servants, the magical girls can use these magical cards to channel the power of a servant. And also there's a magical talkie wand, don't worry about it. Before I properly got into the Fate franchise, I thought that this was just an unrelated spin-off that had nothing to do with the main universe, but no! Not only does this directly diverge from the main timeline, but it has 2 separate universes within its own universe. It's a fucking Ilya multiverse! And the beginning of the Ilya multiverse doesn't even have Ilya in it! Oh god, I love you so much, Fate, but you just don't make things easy, do you? Alright, I'm gonna try and do my best, so stick with me here. The first universe is the one detailed in the movie Oath Under Snow, following this girl called Miyu, which is why we call this the Miyu-verse, because her name is Miyu and she's the child of God, don't worry about it. She's taken in by Shiro, and then they have another Holy Grail War, but not the usual Holy Grail War, but the Ainsworth Holy Grail War. Can you guess why it's called the Ainsworth Holy Grail War? Because it was made by the Ainsworth. Shiro then sends Miyu to an alternate universe, which we call the Ilya-verse, which is all sunshine and rainbows, where the 4th Holy Grail War didn't happen and Kiritsugu's Father of the Year. You got cute girls doing cute things, cute girls doing magical things, and cute girls doing each other. This is the universe where season 1 and 2 of Prisma Ilya happens, but then you have season 3, which jumps back into the Miyu-verse. And if you think that complicates the timeline, how about this little knowledge of nugget? So, in the original Fate Stay Night, Ilya is 18. She's 18. She's older than Shiro. But in the Ilyaverse, she's the same age as when the timelines diverge, which theoretically should make her the same age as she was in Fate Stay Night. But she's not. And the series makes it very clear that she is under 18. So which is it, Fate? Which is it? I need to know. You know, I would say don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ.
But I'm pretty sure the FBI are going to do that for me. Alright, moving the fuck on from this mess.
That one was so confusing.
Your Fate, also known as the Fate Extra universe. This splits off from the 3rd Holy Grail War in the Angry Mango timeline, where all the world's mana dries up because some kind of event. So in the 2030s, all the majors turned into hackers and they tried to hack the moon because the moon has a supercomputer on it that was placed there by aliens that they found. And so inside this supercomputer moon, there exists this entire digital world. And so the supercomputer moon is hosting a virtual reality Holy Grail war because it's actually alive.
Huh?
I don't realize how ridiculous this sounds until I read it out loud. Don't worry about it! So yeah, it turns out the moon knows shit and you can hack the moon, and it also has Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night, but not the original Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night. What are you, stupid? They're just characters who look, sound, and dress exactly the same, but they're different. Are you worrying about it? Because I'm not. So you got the Fate Extra games, the Fate Extra Triple C games, and then you got the anime. Fate Extra Last Encore in its own separate timeline that takes place in the year 3000. And Rin's great-great-great-granddaughter. Just fucking Rin. Fate Grand Order.
Oh god, you're not gonna make me break down Fate Grand Order.
Alright.
Damn. Okay. I need a breather. Lol. Okay. See, I have about 8 minutes for this to end. Jesus Christ. Whoa. Fate Extra is a bit so confusing with the machine thing, the moon thing. You can hack it, but it's alive. Kind of like an android. So the moon is an android in that thing. Yeah, okay.
Now we're truly in hell. So Fate Go is a mobile gacha game along with some anime adaptations where the first Holy Grail war never happened, the world is fucked for some reason, and you have got to travel back in time to various points in history to fix the fucking timeline. And every different timeline you fix is called singularities. Basically, imagine Fate Back to the Future, except there are like 7 sequels, all with different diverging timelines, and you're not trying to fuck your mum, you're just trying to fuck all the servants. Alright, so for simplicity's sake, I think it would just be easier if I just draw out the Fate Go timeline. And then here in its own corner is just Fate Prototype, which is Kinoko Nasu's original concept for Fate, where King Arthur's actually a guy?
Okay.
Get out of here with your damn historical inaccuracies. So essentially this is just a non-existent project because the only thing that exists is a 12-minute trailer that was made purely for fan service. Which is even more bizarre when you consider Fate Prototype Fragments of Sky Silver, which is the prequel to Fate Prototype. They made a prequel, a full light novel prequel, to a 12-minute commercial. Like, did I really think Fate fans are that hungry for content? A Type Moon just sitting there being like, alright Fate fans, open wide. Content, give me anything. And then this prequel to a project that basically doesn't even exist has a side story called Fate Labyrinth. A side story! This is why Tsukihime fans are on suicide watch. You can tell that line was written months ago because, yeah, where the fuck did this come from?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That is the thing I reacted to Kihime remake. Yes, that's the one I reacted to. That opening looked lit though. It looked really lit.
And all this would be a completely alternate universe with no connection to the original universe, but I shit you not, one of the characters has a dream that connects this universe to the Fate Stay Night universe. Yep. It's literally canon by dream. Alright, I think we're getting close to the end. Next is Fate Strange Fake. This is a light novel series that takes place after the 5th Holy Grail War in America, where they do their own Holy Grail War with hookers and blackjack, written by the same guy who did Baccano. As a recording, we don't know if this follows on from the main flagship timeline or is part of an alternate universe, but what we do know is that there's a servant called Watcher and it's literally just a fucking whale in the sky. I'm sorry, I must have missed the legend where a fucking flying whale saves Earth. Does Free Willy count as a legendary hero of history now? Does Fate type Redline?
Oh my god! You know what's so funny? What's so funny about this guy now is that was the exact thing that piqued my attention. Fake, strange, fake, and he's literally explaining about it. Jesus Christ! Wow. Okay.
It's Tokyo in the 1940s, the Nazis are at it again, but this time so are the Japanese military. It's the third Grail War with seemingly no other connections to any of the Grails, and it's a manga drawn by the Demon Slayer mangaka. We got Fate Requiem. Not a lot about this is known right now because it's not been officially translated, but what we do know is that it's set in the future after some kind of Holy Grail War, and somehow everyone has their own Holy Grail. And also there's this new servant called Voyager, who I guess is the Voyager space probe, except I have no fucking clue how a space probe becomes a servant, let alone a blonde Shota boy, let alone a blonde Shota boy space probe servant. And don't tell me to worry about it, because I'm not. Can you see how much I'm not worrying about it? I am not worrying about it. But seriously, how the fuck? And finally, in a bubble within its own fucking dimension, is Carnival Phantasm, where all the Fate characters and other characters from Nasu's other works are just hanging out, I guess. Doesn't make any sense. I have no idea where this fits on the timeline. I think this is just a bubble reality where Akashi got fucking drunk. And that's it.
I know at least that one, the opening.
The long version. Kinda. Oh, but Gigguk, what about the rest of the Nazi verse? You gonna do that as well? How about no? Originally, this was meant to be a grand video where I talked about all the funny and ridiculous things I found out about Fate lore as a whole. But when I started it, I kind of realized...
Guys, the sound that is playing right now as he's speaking, where is it coming from? I'm kind of having an idea, but I'm completely lost. If you know, please tell me.
I'm gonna need 20 minutes just to explain the fucking timeline. So you know what? This may just be the first part in a multi-series lecture from hell. Because the worst thing about Fate is that after going through all the timelines, after connecting all the lore, after spending far too many hours consuming Fate media and reading pages upon pages of wiki articles, it kind of makes sense. Oh god, this chart actually makes sense to me. The entire timeline is actually the simplest part of Fate lore. Fate is just an all-encompassing whole that just gets darker and gloomier the deeper you go down. People wonder what's at the bottom of the abyss in Made in Abyss. It's just the fucking entrance to the Fate hole. You want the real short version Fate newcomers? You watch either of these two, and then watch this, and then watch whatever the fuck you want. Or you know what? Fuck all this. Start with the spin-off series, start with lesbian lollies kissing, start with Fate MasterChef, fuck, start with the doujinshis for all I care, just ignore all the shitstorm going on in the comment section right now. The reality is, it doesn't really matter where you start, as long as it looks interesting to you, then go for it. The problem is there's so many people who are obsessed with optimizing the perfect read and watch order that they forget that if you enjoy the experience and it gets you into Fate, then who the fuck cares what order you watch it in? Cause look, memes aside, the Fate lore may be a convoluted mess to unravel, but it is an awesome franchise. It's a series that can have amazing fights with balls to the walls action and magical moments that cut deep into your heart. And then Thomas Edison shows up as a lion. Because if you've reached the end of this video knowing nothing about Fate and this is the video that's convinced you to give it a try, what the fuck is wrong with you? This got you interested in Fate? Oh god, why didn't you just let me see the first time and go with the short version? You know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing Fate anymore.
Me too.
I'm literally gonna go crazy. You know what? I lied. This isn't even the long version. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you again to Honkai Impact for sponsoring me today, and also thank you very much.
Okay, guys, that is it. That is it for everything. You don't have to listen to those ads. Jesus Christ, it was long. I don't even know what to say. My brain is so fried right now. But I could keep up a little bit. What I think what will be lovely will be that the prototype one should be made into an anime. The one where Saber is actually a male. I think that would be really interesting. Not saying shit about the other ones, that they're probably so cool and everything. Yeah. That's all I really had to say. There's nothing to say about it. It's so confusing. Just like he said, start from anywhere you want. Up to you. As long as you feel that it's good, it's catchy, good for you. But it would be good to kind of watch the Fate one, like the earlier Fate Stay Night one, and then you probably catch it. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter as far as I can say. You could probably watch Fate Apocrypha just as an anime and probably get what's going on. You know, you don't need to know the whole universe, whatever is happening, to be honest, and you will love it. So, but him trying to give an explanations to people, well, I think that's good, mate. Congrats to you. You did your best. You tried your best. I was just following on and be like, oh. Yeah, and the Fate Prisma thing with the timeline, she was sending someone to another timeline. That was a bit weird. It kind of reminded me of, I reacted to the openings of an anime. I really have forgotten the anime opening that I reacted to, but in that anime there was a girl that had like time powers, like she could rewind time or something, and people explained to me that at some point someone dies and they did like some sort of combination thing of someone with the previous timeline and another timeline combined together. There was a male guy and then some other girls. There was some male guy and some other girls doing something with some, and there's one lady, she's kind of like an assassin type of thing, and she has like eye powers that has to deal with like time and things. Yeah, I'm a bit, if you guys know, say it in the comment. I reacted to it. I've really just forgotten the name, except I go back to like, you know, my YouTube page and check it. But nice video. Subscribe to him. He's having a lot of subscribers. You guys probably love him, but if you love my thoughts and my reaction, put a thumbs up, subscribe to me for more, and tell me what you would like to see me react to next. See you guys in the next one. Damn, this was long. Let me have a drink. Cheers.